Do you smell that? Do you smell it? It's fear. It's leaving. It's fear. The smell of fear is leaving the water, or is it still lingering? Hi, guys. My name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. Today's video, I want to talk to you about fear. I want to talk to you about investing. I want to talk to you about, the last couple of days and the market, and then also what happened today. Why did the market go up? Where are we right now in the world of fear? So this morning I was scrolling my phone and I saw somebody post something about RSI, these three letters, and in ULTY specifically. And I pulled the trigger. I made a huge purchase for my account, and I want to talk to you about that. And it's all stemming from fear. So first things first, I've got a very fearful image on my screen right here, and it is Fed Chair Powell. So what's going on here? Well, today he spoke at Jackson's Hole. Jackson's Hole. I mean, that doesn't sound nice, but it looks like the most incredible place on earth. But he talked about potential, hypothetical, everybody air quote with me, potential interest rates reductions coming up in September. He also said that Trump had no waiting on that. So this is what's going on. So just the instant snap of your fingers, one person says one thing, the market does well. I don't know if you guys looked at your account today, but I sure as heck know you did over the last 3 days, judging by the comments in my YouTube video. So a few days ago, I made a video talking about the market, possible downturn, what I plan on doing with my money in that downturn. And what it was I'm going to hold. I'm going to buy more, right? I'm going to keep getting distributions every single week from my Yield Max funds. And I'm going to take that cash and I'm going to buy what I want to buy with it. And the strategy for me is buying more ULTY. ULTY is the share symbol. We're going to get into that coming up here a little bit more. But I want to go over some of the stocks that a lot of us that watch these videos trade in. So first things first is MSTR. Now, MSTR or strategy has had a very rough month here over the last 6 months. It's still up, but over the last, let's go from July 16th to, let's go to yesterday, down 25% share price. Now, let's go up to today, down 21%. So if we go over the last 5 days here, you can see, just today, it had a massive 6% gain in share price. So what's that going to do for our MSTY shares? So we have a lot of MSTY holders in the room here. I'm one of them. So what's that doing for our MSTY? Well, MSTY went up 4.97%. You know what? Let's do a refresh on that. 5.18% at the time of this video, recording it at 3:22 p.m. Oh, there it is right there, 3:22 p.m. And so that's really, really good. Now, I know a lot of people have been selling their MSTY because the implied volatility over a MSTR has slowed down so much that the distributions on MSTY most likely will be lower just a little bit than what we're used to. And that's completely understandable. For me, I'm keeping it. What I'm doing with that money is the distribution that I get every 4 weeks is I'm buying something I want to buy right now, which is ULTY. Okay. I don't know if you guys watched my wheel video. I'll go ahead and put that video on the very end of this if you want to watch it. I think it's a good watch for sure. Next one, coin. Oh, coin has been rough over the last month here, down 20% in share price. But today, let's refresh here, up 6.53% so far. Why? This guy. That's the reason why. He said that there is a potential of interest rates going down in September. Not positive, not 100%, but it's possible. Okay, so CONY itself today up 5.46%. This is huge. I have 295 shares of CONY. And again, I'm not reinvesting into CONY anymore. I'm taking the distributions, even though that last one was not very good. But I'm taking those distributions and I'm buying something I want to buy with it. We're wheeling these distributions. Next, this one's an interesting one. NVIDIA up 1.71% today. Now, the reason it's not up as high as the other ones is because of a lot of chip talk out there. China, there we go right here. Faces new report on China. Um, not being able to sell to China, then they are, and then they're not. Then they're allowed to sell a dumbed down version of their chip to China. It's just a flip flop situation here presented to NVIDIA by the U.S. government, constantly changing their policies and minds on the chips out there, and that's affecting NVIDIA, which is the top company in the world. It is the most amazing company in the world. Well, let's take a look at our NVIDY shares today. Up 1.51%. Really good. Let's look back at NVIDIA, 1.74. So they're very, very tight, very close. But it's an up day because of this guy right here, right? He says one thing, the market goes off. Well, earlier this morning, as I said, I was scrolling my phone. I was checking out, the Facebook and the Instagram and the Twitter and the YouTube and all of those out there. And some guy made a comment on the Facebook. He said the RSI on ULTY at that moment was 21. And so I thought to myself, I just got paid from YouTube for making these videos. Thank you very much for watching, subscribing, liking, by the way. You guys, by just hitting that like and that subscribe button, go a long way, and for promoting my channel. And then an extra thanks to anybody that shares these videos. I actually had a friend up the street. She said, "Hey, which one should I invest in? The crazy ones that you invest in, or the VOO?" And I was like, "VOO." So yesterday, I sent her a report of the last 50 years of money being made and money being lost in the VOO or the S&P 500. And I said, don't listen to me. Listen to this chart right here. Make a decision on what you think is right for you. And yeah, we're good, right? But you guys sharing these videos with people like her potentially who could, maybe this could help educate them a little bit. Goes a really long way for the extended content of this and the success of this channel. See what I'm trying to say here? Took me a while to get that out, right? So RSI this morning, right? So I thought, 21, that's incredible. So if you don't know much about RSI, let me tell you about it right now. It's one of the indicators that you can select on most of your brokerages. However, on Questrade, I just found out right now I can't do it anymore unless I subscribe to their Plus program, which I'm not doing. So sucks to be me. I might have to go find another brokerage. So here's the RSI in the stock market, the relative strength index. So let's pause for a second. This talks about the relative strength of that stock or of the trading of that stock or ETF. This is a momentum indicator that measures the speed and magnitude of recent price changes oscillating between 0 and 100. Okay. To identify potential overbought, which would be a high RSI, or oversold, which would be a low RSI conditions. This is developed by some person named J. Wells Wilder Jr. Senior's probably really proud of him. The RSI helps traders assess market strength, predict trend reversals. That's what I was getting at this morning. And time entries and exits by comparing average gains to average losses over a set period. And that is often 14 days, as it says here. I want to go over two little things with you right here. And the reason I bought this stock this morning, this ETF this morning, RSI indicates the strength of price movements by elevating whether there have been more or larger gains than losses over a specific period. And here's the numbers that I focus on RSI, and it's not the be all end all. It's not the Bible of you gotta buy this stock if it gets here. It's just one of tons and tons of indicators out there, but just one of the indicators that I look at. So a high RSI value, typically above 70, signals that the stock might be overbought, and it could be due for a pullback or a reversal in the share price. Okay, so it means I saw this all the time with Tesla. All the time, it was overbought, and then it was undersold, oversold. Sorry, and it made me a bunch of money. So let's take a look. A low RSI value, usually below 30, suggests an oversold condition, potentially signaling a future rebound. So this morning, this stock right here, this ETF right here, ULTY, was at 21 on the RSI. I just got paid from YouTube, 1564, something like that. So 564 went to household bills, and $1,000 went into my trading account, and I bought ULTY, 125 shares of ULTY this morning at $5.60, I think it was, that I had those filled at. And I did it for a number of reasons. One, I had already been saying I'm going to buy more ULTY as we go here. I'm going to update this purchase itself on my next Thursday's video. So I did it because I said I'm going to do it. But then that RSI at 21, it just felt right to buy more in an oversold moment. Now, again, that's not your it's not your only indicator out there, right? That's just one of many. But the two tied together, I wanted to buy them. Plus, it's oversold in terms of that RSI chart. Said, let's go do it, right? So I'm happy I did. This is right before the market took off. I bought it at 8:32 a.m. If you want to look at the chart at that time. Does this show it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't show the pre-market there. 8:32 a.m. So I was really, really happy with my purchase. Obviously, I'm happy with that purchase. I'm now up to 500 and, I don't even know, 34 shares, I think it is, which is good. I'm excited about that. And I understand, everybody slap the table with me. I understand the market could go down, but it could go up, but it could go down, right? These are the things that happen. One of the hardest things to do is to do nothing. And that's basically what I did over the last 3 or 4 days. I understand my goal. My goal is to develop income. My goal is to bring in monthly income from all of these ETFs. And if I sell these shares on a dip when the entire market is dipping, then it's going to prevent me from getting to my goal. Now, this isn't advice for you. It's just my mentality for me. I don't know if you're the same way or not. We did have a big sell-off over the last 3, 4, 5 trading days, something like that. And so clearly, there's a lot of fear in the market, and just this one person brought the fear down a little bit. I really don't think that we're done with the fear. You guys saw how sensitive the market was. So I want you to think about that a little bit to yourself before you just start putting all your chips on the table. Have a backup plan, have an out, have a security blanket put in place if that's what you need in your life to not freak out. Something I would suggest is not just putting all your money into one thing. I don't think that's a wise decision, but you do you, right? But yeah, I wasn't worried about the market whenever it was going down. It's a natural thing. It's going to happen again and again and again and again, everybody. What are you going to do with your time? Bitcoin over here, up $4,300 today. Incredible day on the market. Look at that chart. So, as Powell goes, the market goes. So what's going to happen in September, which is only, September's 8 days away. Their announcement date's going to be more than that, obviously. But is this going to be one of those like buy the rumor, sell the news moments? We will find out coming up, won't we? But anyways, I just wanted to give you an update on the market. I know you guys have probably looked at your own brokerage account 13 times today. At one point, I was up like 7%. I think I'm up like 4% right now in a whole. But, it's way more fun to look at your brokerage account on a up day than it is on a down day. I think my best advice that I saw today was, and I did say it earlier here, sometimes the hardest thing in the stock world is to do nothing. I'm going to leave it right there. My name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. Thanks for tuning in today. Have a great day. Bye for now.